Kanban. A train implements pull, right? A train like literally is saying, if you viewed a train like each of these cars here as a column in our system right here, what each of those cars is saying is, you can move as soon as I'm in the next column, right? That's exactly what pull is. When we talk about pulling in Kanban, you're just saying like, okay, you can come. But each car is saying that in exact timing with every other car, which is why they can move at such high density. I mean, that's literally how they work, right? They're just fixed together, so they, by definition, have to do that. Like the laws of physics wouldn't allow it another way. But that's actually, but it is interesting to think like, if you could have like simultaneous pull with everyone else, you can move faster and faster and faster and faster. Okay, so the thing about this, of course, is that trains are very regular. Like each car is exactly the same size, and each car moves at the exact same speed because they're like fixed to each other. We know that development does not work that way. You know, like stories can be, the same story could take design 10 minutes and development 10 days. And the next story could be like 5 hours in design and like 1 minute in development. You know, or some could skip one of those stages. So development is not nearly as regular as a train. But we can still learn something from pull here. And the way that we work with this unpredictable pace is that we find a way to mitigate some of the costs of unpredictability. And again, we're trying to keep these somewhat opposing, when we're working with an unpredictable system, we have these somewhat opposing goals where we don't want to outpace our bottleneck. You never want to do more than what your bottleneck can handle. At the same time, like your bottleneck changes from story to story every single day, right? And that's like a really hard, how do you optimize that kind of system? Well, you can do a couple things. And I think one of them is, don't outpace your bottlenecks. But this is where you use buffers, okay? And buffers are something we have a hard time seeing in like our Trello boards. And actually, buffers are really pull columns. That's what they are, right? So this is a lean kit board. And so I created like in progress, ready to pull for each of these columns. And if you think about it, this ready to pull column, we were saying I'm done with this. You can pick it up whenever you're ready. And I have a WIP limit of 1 in each of these. That's what a pull column is, in a sense, is it operates as a buffer. So that allows there to be this, if there was a card here, like, we don't know, we can't predict how long it's going to take for the story to be completed by the next person who's working on it. But if we give ourselves a little bit of buffer, one card, let's say, which is really the ready to pull column, then we can mitigate some of that effect of unpredictable stories. And since I'm going to give this talk at a hall